I guess we have all seen beautifully written strategies that, when they are finished, will be placed on the shelf and that have no impact on real life. All the energy and time and effort gone to waste. So, how to create strategies that actually work and make the future of our cities better? Here are 10 recommendations for creative strategy making process, or in fact, any good strategy process. First, process is more important than paper. It is often said, process, process, process. The papers can live or die, but the time and effort you invest into building an inclusive, open and transparent process will pay off in the long run. Take time to plan the necessary steps and communicate these steps with everyone. Make sure that everyone is aware of the road to the strategy. You need to keep up the pace, otherwise people will get tired, but don't rush it. Create opportunities to debate, discuss, brainstorm, validate, criticize, and comment, because that helps to build a feeling of ownership. Second, keep it short and simple. Have you tried to read a strategy which is 30, 40, 50 pages? Document full of descriptions, background information, analysis, long lists of activities. This is exactly why people not working in the administration are often taken back with the bureaucratic language and format of these kind of documents. And even worse, sometimes very long strategies are very long precisely because they try to hide the lack of focus and clear message. The shorter you write, the less opportunities you have to hide inadequacies. So please, keep your strategy simple. Focus on most important. Write simply and clearly. Visualize so that the strategy could be used to communicate the messages attractively. And if you have to make a 50-page strategy, fine. But please, for the public, create a 3 to 5 page concentrate, which will work as your communication tool. 3. Prioritize and set a clear focus. Too many strategies are so-called menu type. They are long and include every single aspect of your city or organization. These menu type strategies are usually very descriptive, mentioning everybody and everything, just in case. But more underlying problem with those strategies is that they are afraid to set clear priorities and have a clear focus. But strategy, by definition, is an agreement on choices. If you can do absolutely everything, you don't need a strategy. In other words, a good strategy gives you direction. It helps you to make decisions if you need to choose, if you can't have everything. So instead of making a list of 20 to 30 important issues, bring out 3 to 4 that stand out and which you promise to develop or implement no matter what. 4. Have an adequate diagnosis of the current situation. People have too complicated understanding of what is a strategy. Strategy, by the end of the day, is just the road from today into desired future. That's it. The length of the road tells you the level of ambition. So if setting goals is about defining the desired future, then analyzing the current situation is understanding today. People often mistake cause and effect, which means that if they don't really understand the nature of current problems, the real causes of the current problems, they will be unable to solve them adequately. So please, try to understand what are the real issues that need to be solved in your city and select the most effective tools to do just that. Engage, involve, and communicate with all stakeholders. When it comes to good strategy, there is never too much engagement. Who should be engaged in the strategy process? Well, everyone who needs and everyone who wants. Make the entire process transparent. Good strategy processes have their dedicated website with all the news and materials and time schedules, plus social media presence. People are being asked for the comments and input throughout the process, not just in the very end. And talk to all stakeholders. If Creative City strategy addresses children and youth, talk to children and youth. If it includes minorities or people with special needs, talk to them directly. Good strategy is co-created strategy, where people feel their voice has been heard. 6. Be ready for uncertainties. A good strategy doesn't pretend to know everything. It cannot tell futures. It cannot be ready for all risks and for all uncertainties. A good strategy includes a good risk mitigation plan, a strategy for different kind of situation that could happen. And also, it includes possible scenarios and action plans to make the most out of the different futures, if they will actually realize. 7. Think outside of the narrow borders. Creative City strategy is not just culture strategy. It's a multidimensional, multi-sectorial, multi-level strategy. Creative City strategy includes environment, youth and education, health, social rehabilitation, security and safety, business and innovation, and much more. Bring together representatives from different city departments, from local, regional, and national level to create truly integrated strategy. 8. Create a specific and detailed action plan. Too many strategies are only about big words, missions, vision, objectives, values. And while these are all important, a good strategy is also very actionable. You have to remember one thing. If you want something to become better, bigger, larger, stronger, smarter, etc., you also have to do something different from what you are doing today. Just doing routine activities will not give you a new result. So think of a concrete and impactful activities, resources you need for them, as well as responsibilities for carrying out those tasks. 9. Assess, adapt, and update regularly. Strategy process does not end with a signature on the document. The real process only then starts. An effective strategy is always up to date. It is regularly assessed and changed accordingly. When I say regularly, I mean yearly. Every year, bring key stakeholders together, discuss the new and emerging needs and trends, take out the activities that have been completed and add new ones. Make sure that you always have 3 to 5 years perspective in front of you. This kind of a strategy making is called a rolling principle, in which every year, 1 year is deleted and 1 year is added, making your strategy always fresh and relevant. And for assessment, a good method to use is traffic light method, where all activities and goals are colored either green, yellow, or red, depending on if they were fully or partially achieved or not achieved at all. 10. Celebrate the success and thank people. People are giving their input. They invest their time and energy in this process. And then after a year of hard work, there is a press release that strategy is ready. Don't forget to thank the people and celebrate with your community. Adopting a strategy is an important milestone, so let everybody know. Why? Because you need these people to continue working with you, to contribute to the implementation of the strategy, to feel engaged in the process. A glass of champagne can do a miracle. By the end of the day, a successful strategy and its implementation comes down to people, the willingness to work with each other and trust each other. Strategy making should help to build networks, relationships, engagement, and trust.